Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you my time-saving and quite frankly, sanity-saving method for making wedding bouquets. This can be a big pain point for a lot of farmer florists and florists too. People who have been making wedding bouquets for years still find the process stressful. I used to have to be sort of isolated in here in the studio at night, a glass of wine, music. I had to kind of find my zone in order to just do my work, a standard, my work. And that's not necessary. I've learned over the years all these different methods from high-end or fancy or well-respected designers, how to spiral my stems a certain way, how to use some kind of armature inside, plastic or chicken wire or whatever thing that they make in order to support their stems, how to hold their hand a certain way or hold the flowers a certain way in order to pull it all together. And what I found is that that's really not necessary. What I learned this summer when I had to help my staff learn how to make wedding bouquets that were quickly made, efficiently done, beautiful to our standard, that the clients would love, is that I had to find a way to simplify this process. And that's where this vase comes in. It's a little bit flared at the bottom, but it has a nice wide opening. I'm going to show you how I build hands-free bridal bouquets out of this vessel, and also where to get them and what you need to know about working with them. So that's coming up next. Okay guys, so I'm going to get started and I'm going to make an arrangement in this vase. I want to talk through the process a little bit because I think I'm going to put it on time lapse so that we can speed this up and fit it all into the next minute and a half segment here. But basically I'm going to start with my foliage. I've got some 9-bark, I've got hypericum berry, dahlias, zinnias, snapdragons, lace flower, hydrangea, echinacea, some amaranth, you name it. I've got a lot of different things to play with. I'm going to we vary the size of our bouquets, our wedding bouquets, by varying the stem length. So if I want like a big bridal bouquet, I just use longer stems, and I'll sort of set that standard from the beginning with some of my longer pieces of foliage that I want to use. And then if I'm making a bridesmaid bouquet, I'll just cut the stems shorter, and then a junior bridesmaid's bouquet smaller still after that. When I'm all done, typically for a bride's bouquet, I'm filling the entire opening here. It takes a little bit of force to squeeze the stems out, but once they're out, it's really easy to hold it because they're all sort of networked together, and I just tape right around the narrowest part of the bouquet. And that's where I would then add my ribbon. If you don't want to use tape, you can use something that's biodegradable. You could use like twine or some wax string or something like that. That's what I would recommend. That's really the most sustainable way to go. Use something that can biodegrade as well. So I'm going to get started on this, and then we'll check in and I'll show you how everything turns out. So now I'm adding the 9-bark and some hypericum berry foliage. I'll put in some hydrangea. They take up a lot of real estate, and sort of sink them down to add some filler and some more support for other flowers. Some sedum, they're a little bit heavier. Then I'll put in some of the flatter flowers, these zinnias. I'll vary some heights of the dahlias so they're not all on the same plane. It's really easy to make adjustments when you're designing bouquets this way because you can just take a stem out, cut it shorter, and put it back in or move it to a different location. I really love that. Putting some scabiosa, I'm going to add some lace flower and some delphinium. And then at the end, I'm going to float some cosmos up over the top. And that's really a nice thing that you can control with this. All those floaty flowers are so easy to add. So I'm just going to grab this right by the neck of the vase here, put it all in one hand, and I'm going to have a look at it in the mirror. I'm going to see if I like how everything looks. I'm going to look over in my mirror here that I keep in the studio too, so I can see it from a little bit further away. Beautiful. Gorgeous, one of the kind bridal bouquet. I can see things feel a little bit heavy with this hypericum on this side, so maybe I'll move it to the other side or move some of this 9-bark over here. Really easy to touch up, but this is like ready to go. I love it.